guys, welcome back to my channel and happy funny story release day. I am so excited, literally so excited about this day. I've been waiting for so long. I feel like since I finished Happy Place, I've been waiting for Emily Henry to come out with a new book, and the day is here. I feel like this day is so exciting. I feel like it's like arguably one of the biggest release days of the year. It's just like everyone's posting about it, everyone's so excited about it because we all love Emily Henry, we all love her books, and we're so excited for a new one. So today I'm going to be reading a funny story. It's gonna be a reading vlog of me reading a funny story, and the thing is I pre-ordered the book on Amazon and I didn't think it was gonna come today. It said tomorrow, so I was like, okay, I'll just go to Target and get it this morning. But then when I woke up this morning, my tracking said it was out for delivery. I was like, great, perfect. I'm gonna do some work and then it'll be here and I can read it. I hear that the mail has driven by my house. I go open the mailbox. It's not in the mailbox. So I don't really know what happened. It still says out for delivery on my phone, but I have no patience and I want to read this book today. So I'm gonna go to Target and buy it. This past weekend, I reread Happy Place, which was so good, and I'm just ready. I'm so ready for another Emily Henry book, a new one. I'm so excited. So I'm gonna go to Target and get it. Probably gonna get a coffee too when I'm there. It's currently 11:30, so it's not super late in the day, but I feel like everyone's already bought it and are reading it. I'm like, I haven't even got it yet. So let's go. I'm gonna go get the book. It's a perfect sunny spring day and it's time to read a new Emily Henry book. I am so excited. Oh my goodness, I'm home. I have a funny story in my hands and I am so excited. It's so beautiful. I feel like online it looks like kind of blue, but in person it's more of like a blue purple and it's so beautiful. I'm obsessed with the cover, the spine, everything about it. It's perfect. I'm so excited that it's in my hands. Also, the actual hardback is pink and white. So beautiful. Are you kidding me? I'm obsessed with that. So it's crazy. I feel like because she obviously only releases one book a year, that it's like, this is such a special day to have her new release in my hands and I get to read it. Oh, I'm so excited. Let's read it. My pre-order just arrived. I don't really know. I've never seen the mail like delivered like 2 different times. One with mail, one with packages. But here we are. It's in my hands, so. Here she is. Funny story with no sticker. We love her. She's stunning. I'm so excited. I'm gonna return the Target one because my Amazon one came in. I was not expecting that. But I'm on page 63, chapter 7, and I'm really enjoying it. I just love Emily Henry's writing. She's just so funny. I feel like she makes stories like interactions and banter is just so good. Like no one can do banter like Emily Henry can do banter. It's so good. So loving it so much so far. I feel like it's gonna be like more of like a lighthearted fun read compared to Happy Place, I hope. But to give a little short synopsis of this book, it's about Daphne and Miles. Basically Daphne's boyfriend breaks up with her and ends up dating his like childhood best friend, and then she has to move in with his childhood best friend's ex-boyfriend. Does that make sense? Daphne's ex is now dating Miles's ex and they're roommates. So it's a very interesting premise. Like I've never heard of a premise like that. And yeah, so it's kind of what it's about. I won't give any more just so you can be surprised as you read it because I wanted to go in with as little knowledge as possible. And so yeah, I'm 60 pages in, really enjoying it. I just love the way she like writes and it's just so like entertaining to read. So far just a little first impression, really enjoying it, excited to see what happens, excited to continue, but also I feel like it's one of those books that you just like savor, like you love every page, every chapter, every description, and you just want to savor it. It's also very much like a summer read. I feel like Henry's books always take place in the summer, and so it's taking place in May, which is like spring summer vibes. So it's like the perfect time of year to read it. It's so good so far. I'm really enjoying it and excited to continue reading. Also the cover is just so beautiful. So we love her. Currently on page 100, chapter 10, and I've only read like 40 pages since I last updated, but I wanted to update again. First, this hardcover, like without the dust jacket, is so beautiful. I'm obsessed. And I wanted to like preserve my dust jacket, so I took it off and I've just been reading this and it's so pretty. But I wanted to say I am, well, first just loving this book, but I'm really loving the main characters. I feel like they're just like nice people, especially Miles. Like he's just a nice guy, like such a kind, sweet guy, and their banter is just so funny together. I feel like this is a very like chill book. They obviously are roommates, so it's kind of like a almost just like a relaxed feel of a book. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm really liking the main characters and their banter and just them becoming friends. I'm going to probably read a little bit more later and maybe finish tomorrow. We'll see. I don't want to like binge it too much, but I definitely probably will finish it in a couple days. But I'm loving it. I'm very excited to continue, and I'm just so excited that we have another Emily Henry book that's out, and I feel like all of us like collectively are reading it right now, which is just so fun. So loving it so much, excited to continue, and this hardcover is just beautiful. Day, and I'm so excited because I'm gonna finish Funny Story today. So I haven't given much of an update since I was like 100 pages in, and now I'm on page 244, chapter 23, and I am loving this book so much. I feel like every time Emily Henry comes out with a book, I eat it up. It's so good. I love it so much. And this one, I feel like I'm truly just like hanging out with the characters, and it is so good, so fun. There is some like a little bit of emotion maybe, or like more heavier topics, but I feel like mostly it's a very fun, lighthearted book. At least so far. We shall see what happens in the next 140 pages, but I'm loving it so much. It is so good. Like I literally feel like I'm just hanging out with these characters, and I love the characters so much. Like I love Miles, I love Daphne, I love like the friend group situation. I also had a dentist appointment this morning, and we all know I hate the dentist, and what got me through was knowing that I was gonna come home and finish this book. So I'm so excited to sit here and finish. It is just so good. I can't wait to see what happens. I'm kind of scared, but I feel like it's going to be literally so good already. It's good, and it's just gonna get better. Emily Henry, just nobody does that like Emily Henry. Like I don't know what else to say. Like no one does it like her. So I might not sit here and finish the rest of it, but I might take a little break, but I'm definitely finishing it today. I also feel like last night when I was like filming me reading, I was literally giggling because Emily Henry is so funny. Like her banter is so funny, but just the things that are like said or the things that are done, it's just so funny. I literally was giggling out loud. So we all know this. Emily Henry's hilarious, and I want to be her best friend. So anywho's, I got a coffee on my way home, and I'm ready to read. Do you want to read too? No way. Oh my goodness, guys, I just started reading, and literally North Bear Shores was mentioned, which if you know, you know, and a romance writer. We all know who that is, which is just so fun. I feel like in Happy Place, that was also mentioned. And it's just so fun that it's mentioned again in Funny Story. I love that so much. Okay, I'm gonna continue. sit and finish Funny Story. I have like 50 pages left on page 333. I think there's like 380 something. And I'm still loving this book so much. And one thing I wanted to say is I love Miles, but I think one thing I love about him is because he reminds me of my husband, Ethan. He's just like an inherently like nice person, but Miles doesn't do things just to be nice, but he's just inherently a nice person. And also I feel like he's such a rule follower. And I feel like that's how my husband is as well. And also he's just so funny. Like so funny. He says things I'm just giggling. Like I love Miles so much. Like maybe one of my favorite Emily Henry men. And it's probably because he reminds me of my husband. So also I love that he has tattoos. Miles has like, I think a lot of tattoos. From where it's described, like he has them all over his arms, all over his body. I love that. I love a male main character with tattoos. I don't know what it is. I wish that they were on him, like on the cover. I wish we could see his tattoos, but they're definitely underneath, like on his arms and his back and stuff. I don't know, but I love that. So anywho, it's just a little food for thought about Miles. I also really love Daphne. Obviously we're in her POV, like Emily Henry's books are only in single POV. And I really like her, and I feel like a lot of her, like the way that she thinks and the way that she is, I definitely like understand why. I feel like because of things she's gone through. I don't know if that makes any sense because I don't want to spoil anything. Anyways, I'm loving the characters. And I feel like it's also like so real. Like it feels like just characters hanging out in this little small town, being friends, going to a winery, like doing their thing, and you're just like hanging out with them. Like that's how it feels, which I love. Like it feels so like real and like cozy. I don't know, loving it so much. And now it's time to finish it. I'm so excited to read these last 50 pages and finish this book. Funny Story by Emily Henry, and it was everything I was hoping for and more. I also think after reading or rereading Happy Place, this was like a lot less emotional than Happy Place. I feel like Happy Place kind of wrecked me when I first read it. It was not as painful the second time because I already knew what was going to happen, but I feel like this was like a lot less emotional, more of a fun time. I feel like the title Funny Story really encapsulates the vibes of the book, and it was so good. I'm definitely gonna give this 5 stars, which I expected. This was definitely one of my most anticipated releases and a 5-star prediction for the year, and it did not disappoint. I love Emily Henry's books. I truly feel like no one can do romance like Emily Henry. Obviously I have like favorite authors, but the way Emily Henry writes like romance and banter and relationships, but also like struggles that people are having, but like making the characters so fun and endearing and like realistic and relatable, and the way that she writes about summer and like warm weather and Michigan. Like I want to go to Michigan because she writes so detailed and so descriptive about these places, and now I want to go. Like I want to have a summer in Michigan or in Maine where Happy Place takes place. It was just so good. I love like the descriptions, the writing. Literally, I don't know what she does, but she is an insanely good author. Obviously that's why she's a huge author, one of the biggest romance authors, if not the biggest romance author right now. I do feel like this is definitely pretty romance heavy. I feel like Happy Place it had like a lot of different topics surrounding. It was almost like a literary fiction kind of with romance, but there's a good bit of romance in that. But this I definitely feel like is very heavy on the romance, which I really enjoyed. And I feel like also there is like friendship aspects of it and like finding yourself after a relationship. And like I said earlier, it just felt so real. You were just like hanging out with the characters and they were just like living their life. Like I feel like sometimes when you read books, it feels so like unrealistic, which I mean, kind of it is unrealistic because it's her ex's new girlfriend's ex-boyfriend. Like that's kind of unrealistic. But I feel like for the most part, this book is like a very just like realistic, real story about love and about life. And also the female main character, I don't know if I've said this, but she is a librarian, which I loved that aspect of it. I felt like I really related to her and her love for reading. And it was so beautiful to read about her love for like the library and things like that. And I just loved it so much. I love these characters. And it's like, I'm trying to decide, is this my favorite Emily Henry book? I already want to reread it and listen to the audiobook. Like I want to put the audiobook on hold, but it's months until it's ready, so I might listen to part of it on Spotify. I only have a few hours left because I listened to a different audiobook on Spotify, so I might have to wait until I get more hours, but I really want to listen to this on audio. There's like things that they're struggling with each character, but overall I feel like it's a very like fun, lighthearted read, and I just loved it so much. I also love the spine and like the cover. Everything about it is perfect, and it was so good. I feel like I'm just gonna end the vlog here. I feel like usually I like set up my camera and end the vlog, but I just finished it and I want to give like my raw thoughts upon finishing it, and I just loved it so much. It was so good. I literally already want to reread it. Like I just want to open it and start over because I just loved every moment of it. It was so cozy and sweet, and I love the main characters. I've loved all of Emily Henry's books, and I am currently rereading her books. I've reread Beach Read and Happy Place, and I want to reread obviously her other two books, People With Me on Vacation and Book Lovers, but I've loved all of them. But I feel like this one, the characters I related to the most, or like I could see Miles. I feel like he is so much like my husband. I just feel like I could see a lot of like just normal life in this book. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I feel like I could relate to more to these characters than in past books. Even though I love them so much, I feel like these characters just feel more real to me in the way that I just relate to them. Like all of them feel real because I just love these books. But I just love this book so much. 5 stars, so good. I cannot wait to like see everyone else's review of Funny Story and like reading vlogs and things like that as the weeks go on and people read it and post their reviews and stuff. And I just can't wait to continue to rave about this book. I loved it so much. I feel like it's definitely like a favorite of the year. I literally am already wanting to listen to the audiobook, so it's just so good. So I highly recommend. I feel like if you like Emily Henry's books, you're gonna love this. I also feel like if you've never read an Emily Henry book, this probably would be a great place to start because it has everything you want in an Emily Henry book, and it's not too like emotionally taxing. Even though I loved Happy Place so much, it's like that's a little bit more emotional, but if you're wanting like a lighthearted summery vibe, I feel like this is definitely gonna give that to you. And it's very funny and very like witty. Emily is so quick-witted. Like I'm assuming because of the way she writes, like that's how she is in real life. Like she is so like quick and funny, and there were so many things that were just so funny. Also, I feel like her writing is so good. There were so many quotes that I wanted to like annotate, but I don't want to annotate this copy. I'm probably going to annotate like a paperback if I buy it. And now also I want to buy the hardcover UK edition because it's beautiful, and I can't wait for book merch sites to come out with merch for this book. So anyways, I loved it so much. I'm just raving and ranting about it because I loved it so much. Oh, it was so good. Like I feel like this month has been so good. I've been waiting for this book, and it was worth every moment of wait. We like anticipate April every year because Emily Henry comes out with a new book, and it was just so good and everything I was hoping for. And I loved it so much. So if you haven't read it, you should go read it. I hope you enjoyed watching me read it in this vlog, seeing my reactions, all that stuff. I feel like I didn't even say that the romance was so good in this book. Like the way that the characters were with each other, it was so funny and like witty, but also they were just like so good for each other. I don't know, I just love them together. I love the romance. I loved the like love confession at the end. Literally it was so sweet. I could not handle it. So yeah, the romance in this was just so good. I feel like I didn't say that in my thoughts, but it was so good all around, but specifically like the romance and the love between the characters was so sweet, and I just loved it so much. Ugh, they're everything to me. Okay, I'm gonna go. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.